It's what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries, and can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. And Nine Wise, man, click the link below. I want to say thank you guys in advance. And I just got to finish listening to a Devin Haney, and it was a 3-minute clip. Oh, I want to give them credit. Who was it on? Shit, I lost it. I don't know who it was. But it was like a 3-minute clip, him sitting down in the arena. And I was listening. Obviously, the hot topic is the WBC, and I'm gonna say this, and I went through the same thing, as a school teacher. I had to make a decision. Devin Haney is the WBC champion. I was teacher of the year. I had 2 options, or 3 options, right? I could have been a permanent sub on somebody's campus because I was one of the more popular teachers there. Or I could have subbed, when I wanted to. Or I could have walked away. I could have took my talents to South Beach and walked away, right? And left people in Cleveland crying. And when Devin said on the internet, well, he said on the what's that? On their website, on the WBC website, that he's the champion, and Mauricio Sulaiman has to answer to his board members. I'm gonna say this the same way. Although I was teacher of the year, Amari Hartwick, who plays Ghost on Power, was teaching my kids poetry. Trevor Ariza was signing shoes. Mike Miller in the NBA was giving away shoes. What else I had? I had Trayvon Waller, NFL football player. I had all these guys in my classroom, motivating the kids and doing everything that I need to do. I gave away over $10,000 in clothes one time. Clothes. I had a girl named Gina Park. She's not famous, but she's she's big in distribution, and from China, and she donated over $10,000 worth of clothes to my kids. I did everything. I did everything right. I was poised, college educated. We did the marathon. I was in the city of Duarte. We raised thousands of dollars for cancer for the City of Hope. We did the LA Marathon together. We biked the LA Marathon. Then the next year we ran the LA Marathon. Here's what I say. You're never going to be good enough for their system. Simply put. And you got to make a decision. Are you going to compromise yourself? Or are you going to take your talents to South Beach? And Devin reminds me of me. He has everything similar, not everything. I didn't have a father, so I couldn't bounce these thoughts off of my father, right? That's the one thing that I didn't have that I guarantee you I will give Lincoln and Kennedy. But I listened to him talk. He's poised. He sounds college educated. College educated means he's not emotional. He has a clean rap sheet. And he's brash. He's young. He got all the cars and the jewelry. And at some point, he's gonna have to mature and start showing property deeds and generational wealth and multiple streams of income. And I'm just gonna say this, and I'm saying this to all you guys: when they don't value you, stop forcing yourself to be accepted by them. I had to make a decision, and I thank God I was clever enough to make that decision on my own. At that time in 2006, Dre was 2014, 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Dre wasn't making any money. I was making all the money. I was a teacher. I was making the same as a trainer as I was as a teacher. So I was clearing about $100,000. And the fact that $50,000 was literally just taken away from me, and I didn't buckle. I found creative ways to create income, but I never went back. My principal called me a couple of years ago, asked me to come back. I taught continuation high school, which is the worst population in any school district. I was teacher of the year. I got a day. I have a day in DeWardy. I wish I knew the day, because y'all can Google it, and I don't know the day, but I have you know how they write that thing and they give it to you and they say in honor of Frederick Hawthorne, and this I actually have, it's on my Instagram, but I did all of this that I said. Still wasn't good enough. It's no need to sour milk, cry, scream. They didn't value my talents. And Devin's going to have to make a decision. Yeah, it's a financial decision. I could have been a substitute teacher making, 130 at the time. It was like $135 a day. And then when you do it every day, they give you a little bump, like a maybe $30 bump. So it was probably $165 a day, times 500, 750, 780, 810, 820 a week. 820 a week, which would have made me $3,280 a month. I would have made. And I said no. And as you guys know, if you guys follow me, the rest is history. It was the greatest decision I ever made. And when you choose to be independent, you're going to get the hate. I was an independent media from jump. I remember my editor, Ken Miller, he knew I was going to be on. He knew they wasn't going to like what I did. So he told me, keep pushing until they tell you no, and that's what I did. And now I'm a voice to be reckoned with in boxing. And Devin's probably going to have to do the same thing. And all these other elite, talented black fighters will have to do the same thing. Shakur Stevenson, Gary Russell. These guys who just can box your heads off if they're in shape. They can box your heads off for 12 rounds. There's a handful of others, obviously. But I'm sitting there listening to him speak, and I was like, and it reminded me of me. He's like, well, I'm like, nah. He was, how old was I at the time? 2006. I was born 1977. 87, 97. I was 29. So I had 6 years on him, and I didn't have a father. So I was in real life mode, so I had to make these decisions in real time, or else Dre would have to drop out of med school, and when you bet on yourself, it's the only road. No one can measure it. And that's the beauty and the beast of it, is that you're accountable to your journey. No one else is. No one's going to understand it. No one's. And I genuinely believe that I was looking at, fight week. You look at the old fights, and I see how Devin has progressed. Blue Bud posted a video just on his Instagram, and I watched it, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. See, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. See, look, see the goosebumps. I says, Devin is so beautiful in the ring. I ain't lying. Fluid, how you throw the upper to the hook. And I was like, I can't do that. You know, no matter how many punches I throw, my motherfucking head is always over my knees. You know what I mean? And I be trying. But if I'm in a street fight, I ain't got no problems. But you know, like, and he does it so effortlessly. He was just floating in the ring. And I was like, man, this guy's good. You know, it's yet to be determined is he's going to keep that disciplines and become great. And I said all this to say, Devin, you got all the ingredients. You got all the ingredients. But the business of boxing is not going to protect you. No sanctioning body will protect you. You're going to have to go out and get it on your own. And I understand the financial ramification. I don't understand because I don't know the significance of your contract, but I do know there are financial rewards with being a champion. I understand that, but somebody got to make the sacrifice. And for a better tomorrow. And if none of these fighters today make that sacrifice, then why are you here? I probably would have got my job back if I would have went and finished up my credentialing and got my master's. So I would have got my job back. And right now I would be making, as a school teacher, I probably would have been out for 2 years making that and then got back in. So that would have been 7 years minus 12. I would be in my 20th year teaching. So I would probably be making about $90,000 a year. I could make that a month in the stock market. You know what I mean? You know, and now I drop my kids off and pick them up for a living, if you want to call it that. So I owe no one no time. I owe no one no money but the banks with these mortgages. And all my relationships are pure. It's not coming from a place of I owe you, you do this for me. You did this for me yesterday, you got to do this for me today. It doesn't come from that standpoint. I think Devin Haney has all the ingredients. As I see how these fighters are moving, I was listening to Tank's media day. No slight to Tank. I love Tank. He remind me of those kids that I had in Duarte. I don't like how Leonard Ellaby is hovering over him and they sound alike. I don't like how Leonard Ellaby and Tank sound alike right now. And I don't like how the media is bubble wrapping Tank. I don't like that. I don't like how I listened to the interview. Hey Tank, is it 83 degrees outside? Hey Tank, what do you think about Cambosis? Hey Tank, they say, no, Tank, your resume is not on par with Devin Haney or Teofimo Lopez. When are you going to accept challenges and fight the greatest fighters of this era? Just tell him. Hey Tank, hey Tank, hey Tank. And then Leonard Ellaby, hey. Oh man, Leonard Ellaby is the greatest sidekick in boxing history, dog. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, he's like you know how Busta Rhymes got that spliff star, the hype man. That's Leonard Ellaby, man. That's Leonard Ellaby, man. Leonard Ellaby cannot do an interview without talking about Floyd Mayweather's money. You can't. It's impossible. Anyways, spliff star. That's funny. Yeah, I don't like how they sounded. You have a new message from your service team. That's one good thing when you got Tesla. Everything is electronic. They fix the car. I tell them what's wrong with it. They fix the car electronically, cyberly. They fix it, and now my car is fixed. Isn't that cool, man? Isn't that cool, man? Forget them Bentleys, and I had one. Forget them. They're expensive. Oil change is $1,200. Too much money. So Devin Haney has all the ingredients, dog. Only thing is he's missing his Blu-ray. You know, that's the only thing I think he's missing. Or if you don't like Blu-ray, a Blu-ray type. He's gonna have to get a few knockouts here and there, or a few stoppages. That's just boxing. Tell me a megastar in the NBA that couldn't be that wasn't a great shooter or a great dunker. Tell me one. It's not one. That's why. You got to knock people out. TKO, the knockout is the dunk. The TKO is a 3-point shooter. That's it. You know. And I think Devin he's gonna have to work on that in the meantime, between time. But the ingredients, dog. I was watching that young man. I keep on calling I'm gonna start calling him a young man. The ingredients that this man has. And I'm gonna tell you something. Who's gonna sneak up on y'all? Ammo Williams. I listened to the compassion in his voice. I was listening to Coach Cunningham, not Coach Cunningham. I watched Coach Cunningham's voice. The compassion in his voice. Ammo Williams gonna sneak up on y'all. Watch what I say. He got a chance to be a star. He got a chance. He's very relatable. Ammo Williams may surpass all these guys at 154. Where's he fighting at? 154, 160, somewhere in there. You know who else is like that too? Lorenzo Truck Simpson. You know what I mean? He's not getting the press he deserves because they're doing it independently. But these young men, good, I said men, I didn't say kids. These young men, I like them. Like, I like them, man. I'm serious. Long as Lorenzo keep making weight. All right. That's all I ask. Make weight. Do what you. Lincoln, come here. I'm gonna tell you what I told, and we don't bend on this rule in the house. All right, stand over there. There, what's the Hawthorne motto?
I don't know. The best?
No, do what?
Do what you need to do what you want to do.
Slow down and say it again.
Do what you need to do and do what you want to do.
Thank you, Lincoln. Appreciate you. Yeah. That's the motto. Thank you, Lincoln. Do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. And Lorenzo Truck Simpson, do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do. When these suckers clear out, you're going to get the last champion standing. You're going to beat him up, and you're going to be the king of the division. That's just the business in boxing, man. You know what I mean? And you got to get in these ranking systems, and you're going to get your turn, and you're going to do well. And these three young men are like matriculating silently. Devin obviously has a great head start, but they're like matriculating, you know, slow and steady. And when you hear Ammo Williams do his interview this week, I guarantee you're going to like him. I love how honest he was. He was like, oh, man, he has great compassion in his voice, you know. And Adrian Broner had that too, but he used it for the wrong reasons. You know, he wanted to be hood. 215, 254. What'd he say? 205, stand up. You know. But yeah, Tank has that too. Very relatable. But him and Leonard Ellaby are starting to sound like each other. I mean, like for real. Like it's just you can't tell them apart. You can't, man. You can't. And I have nothing, and y'all, I have nothing against Leonard Ellaby. Nothing. I think still think he's a great father. I just think that they're moving Tank terribly. They want to make him the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Washington Nationals. And as a true boxing fan that used to spend thousands of dollars a year, don't want to see it. So anyways, man, it's 6:22. Got 1 hour left to play with my kids. Tonight, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. This is going to be a hot topic. We have a guest. We have a financial guest coming in, and we're going to have some fun. for about 15 minutes with him, and then we're moving on, and we're gonna rock out and have a great time, and it's gonna be an interesting show. And yeah, man, I go watch that interview I'm talking about. It'll probably be everywhere. It's a handful of media members that had it, so you should be able to get it. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm gonna clip it at the bottom. I'm not, because I want y'all to go get 9 wives. Go get 9 wives. And I appreciate you guys. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. I totally appreciate y'all. So Devin, man, you're probably not gonna watch this video. It's fight week, but hopefully your dad watches it. And it's time. It's time for you to be great and be independent, because the boxing world don't. And you stop fitting into their box. Don't fit into their box. It's not a box it's not a box big enough you can fit in. All right. I'm gonna say that again to encourage you. There's not a box big enough that you could fit in. You're bigger than any box any human being can put on you. And I say that about all these great fighters, these young great fighters that feel they've been watching boxing as a kid and they want to do it the ABCD route. Nah. Floyd took the money, didn't take the power. I'm going to say this again. Floyd took the money, didn't take the power that came with it. Everyone made money off Floyd, and Floyd left not owning anything. Look at TMT. No shade to Floyd. I speak facts. The reason why Paramount and what's the dude that offered me millions of dollars? Oh my gosh. Warner Brothers. The reason why I'm not with Warner Brothers, because they own your intellectual capital. You can make a movie, but I can't make no movies on that topic for like 5 years. I don't want to. I want to move when I want to move. You know, if I feel inspired to do a short film, I want to do a short film. Now, let me tell you, I'll be famous by now. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Ryan Coogler, that probably would have been me. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't make this up. You know, so anyways, shout out to Ryan Coogler. No shade to Ryan Coogler, man. He creates great work. Great work. I enjoy watching his work. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Damn, how many home runs videos have I made today? Barbershop Conversations, 9 wives. Barbershop is open tonight, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we